Last video, I discussed a variety of misinformation that spread about cats. I've realized though recently since posting that video that I haven't given nearly enough attention to dogs on my channel. After all, they are the most popular pet in America. As a result, today I'm going to be covering some commonly spread misinformation about dogs. The first thing that I want to cover is that dogs wagging their tails is an indicator of them being in a good mood. If you believe this one up until now, definitely do not feel bad, okay? Because it took me several weeks at my internship to really understand dogs' body language because it is very, very complicated. So the truth of the matter is that when a dog wags their tail, all they're signaling is that they want to interact. Interaction, though, can be aggressive or it can be non-aggressive. So something that you really want to consider whenever you're reading a dog's body language is the context and the other kinds of body language they are displaying. If a dog is wagging their tail while also growling, baring their teeth, flattening their ears, we can assume that that behavior might be an aggressive one. But if a dog isn't displaying any of those other aggressive signs and has proven in the past that they are happy to interact with other animals, then we can probably interpret that as a sign of just wanting to play. The second piece of misinformation that I want to kind of get rid of is the 7-year dog years to human years conversion. If you haven't heard about this before, it's kind of a way of taking your dog's current age and multiplying it by 7 to see how old they are in human years. This is definitely a harmless thing to work out and kind of have fun with, but what I really don't want is for people to take this as a sign that, oh, my dog's 90 in human years, that means that he's probably close to the end of his life, because it definitely doesn't mean that. The thing about dogs is that different species live for different amount of times. In order to further understand how this works, I want to do a quick comparison with you guys. Specifically, I want to talk about Shiba Inus and Rottweilers. So Shiba Inus live an average of 12 to 13 years, with the oldest ever living until 26 years old. This puts their average life expectancy at 84 to 91 years, with the oldest ever living at a whopping 182 years old. Rotties, however, usually live from 9 to 10 years old, with the oldest ever living until 22. This would put their life expectancy between 63 and 70, with the oldest living until 154. Even with the calculations I've just provided you, this may still seem like a relatively accurate unit of measure. Whenever considering these measures, it's important to remember that no human has ever lived until 182 years old. Furthermore, this calculation works the same no matter the dog breed, despite different dog breeds having different life expectancies. The lifespan of a dog also doesn't work like the lifespan of a human. While it's normal for dogs to live sometimes even double what they're expected, that doesn't really happen with people, which means that whenever you try to calculate something like their age in human years, the numbers just don't turn out right. So while this is kind of a fun thing to do, just remember that just because your dog is 90 years old in dog years doesn't mean that it's anywhere near the end of its life.